Welcome to my channel, and today we're going to be doing some New Year nails. So starting with this, I'm showing you guys the glitter. Look at that. Look at that. Like multifaceted gold. And I'm going to be doing like press-on type acrylic. So I'm using the Nail Couture acrylic and crystal clear and acrylic liquid that I got from my beauty supply. So after that, I went ahead and pushed everything to the side and got started with my Ready for Takeoff peelable base coat. So I got it off Amazon and it's really good. I love using it for doing back-to-back sets. It's so easy to peel your nails off as soon as you're done. So I applied it to all 5 of my fingers, of course. And as you can see there, and so I'm going to be showing you when it's dry, it should be like a matte finish, not too glossy. And just be careful with it when you're using it. So after we're done with that, it takes about 8 minutes to dry. I'm showing you guys my Eve Tour nail tips. I got that off of Amazon as well. I'll go ahead and link everything that I used in this video down below. So I'm taking it out, and it's 500 pieces of C-curve tips. And I'm taking it out, and me being me, I went ahead and organized them from sizes 0 to 9. So you guys can go ahead and watch that. Now I wanted to show you guys the inspo that I had for these nails. So when you look up New Year's nails, I see a lot of like black and gold and nude, maybe black silver and things like that. So that was my inspo, and I usually take, from multiple ideas and come up with one idea. So now I'm going ahead and I'm trying it on. So from 0 to 9. This was my first time using the Eve Tour nail tips. I wanted to try C-curve, but look at this. Like, look how flimsy that is. Like, that really irritated me a lot when I was gluing on the tips, and you guys will see later in the video. The thumbnail was a piece of cake, but my middle finger, index finger, ring finger gave me the biggest issues. Like, I wasn't sure if it was fitting or if it was too big. It was those pointy, flimsy corners that really messed me up. But I did it and I got through it, and I ended up putting all the nail tips, arranging them from thumb to pinky. And you guys will see that in a bit. So after I've measured all the nail tips and found what fits best, I usually go on my notes, and whether it's full cover or nail tips, and I record the sizes, that I picked out. So thumb, index, middle, ring, and pinky, and I put the sizes, and I keep those for reference because a lot of times I find myself going, and measuring my fingers over and over and over again, and it gets a little repetitive. So I definitely recommend taking down the note in your phone so you can simply go back for reference. And now I'm just going in with my super glue acrylic. I think that's how you pronounce it, and I believe that's supposed to be safe for nails. I love using it personally. So strong, and I'm applying it to all the nail tips, and I just pressed it down, waited a few seconds, and it was dry. Super hard, look at that, and it's not coming off, I promise you. So this was kind of dumb that I did. I filed that down but that is completely unnecessary because I'm going to double up on the tips for extra length that you will later see. And yeah, so I'm gonna stop talking for a little and let you guys enjoy the video. Okay, now pause. I know y'all see that. Like, look. I thought I was a pro. Like, I literally like messed up, but I peeled it off just like that, and that's what the base coat is for. And I moved on to the next nails, and I went back to that when I was completely done. Okay, so after I tripled up on the pinky nails, a little too short for me, now I'm going in with my nail cutters just to cut the work in half. Because with the peelable base coat, you have to be very gentle or your nails will peel off, as my ring finger already started doing. So I went in, cut all of them so they could be as flat as possible, and then I went in with my file and just ever so lightly just kind of refine those edges. So you can see me doing that there. And then I ended up pulling out my nail drill set. I think it's Carbide Tundra. I don't even know the name. I'll go ahead and link that down below as well. And I got it to kind of divert heat. So the regular nail files, that came with my nail drill from Best City on Amazon, which I will link down below. Those get too hot, so I bought these separately and they work amazing. Like, I love them. I'm still trying to get the hang of, you know, what does what, but all I know is that that was kind of like a finer bit, and all I'm doing is going in for those flimsy annoying corners and I'm kind of flushing them out into the nail. So we're gonna get a little close up. So literally just ever so lightly just going over it, flushing it out. Just because I was going to do a thin layer of acrylic, so I didn't want it to kind of pop through. I didn't know how I was going to do. So that's what I was doing there. You can skip the step or not. Completely up to you. So now I'm taking my Yvonne Kalinsky number 10. Also got that off Amazon. That's my best friend, okay? So I don't know anything about acrylic brushes and things like that. So all I did was take some monomer, put it in a cup, and I dipped the brush in there until it completely opened up. That's the best I could do. So me being eager, I grabbed my nail foils, right? And I took the tweezers and I think it's a polygel spatula, and I took it apart piece by piece, and I did that for the gold and the silver, but I don't recommend doing that step until you've completely applied your acrylic, because I was laughing, breathing, and it ended up blowing all over the place. But after I did that, I went ahead and I applied my acrylic. So using that Nail Couture crystal clear acrylic powder that I showed you guys at the beginning of the video. And I struggled, like I was on the struggle bus, and acrylic is not my strong suit. So you guys can definitely watch me struggle with that, laugh at me, I don't know, leave me a comment down below and tell me how you think I did and what I can do to improve, because I would love to hear your feedback. Okay, y'all, so after that pitiful attempt for an acrylic application, I went in with this nail bit. It's a finer texture, and it's like a whole pack of them, a whole bunch that came with the nail file, the electric nail file itself. So I just went in, and I was supposed to do one layer of acrylic to just reinforce the whole nail, but I did like one layer there, 10 layers in some spots, 0 in others. So I had to go in, baby. I had to go in with it, okay? So I can even out the surface and things like that. So that's what I'm doing there. I'm making sure I'm getting all my fingers. There was a lot of them. That was lumpy and bumpy. But then after that, I went in with the nail file, and y'all, take a look at this thumb. Look. Yo, like it fell off, like mid nail file. But it was like, whatever, keep it moving. And I just filed like the corner that I couldn't get. And I mean, it worked out. And then after that, I ended up gluing it on with the super glue and continued just like that. So the peelable base coat, y'all can see it works whether you want it to or not, because 4 out of 5 of my nails ended up coming off. But all I did was put the peelable base coat back on. I applied it again, let it dry for 8 minutes like it says on the back, and glued my nails on as if they were press-ons or full cover nails. So now I'm going in with my base coat from Beetles, my gel base coat. and I'm applying it to my pinky. I don't know what it is. I just love to start with my pinky first. And I'm showing y'all the nail glitter that we love, okay? Take a good look. And then I was gonna put it on the clear coat, but I ended up curing that. And I was like, I need some color, like a background color. So I ended up using a yellow color from my A-Brick nail set. And I applied it all over my nails. Now after that, that's when the gel coat came in handy, and I put the clear coat on again. And now you guys are gonna see, remember the nail foil that I pieced from the beginning, like I broke them apart? Look at them, they just scattered, like I didn't know where they went. But I went in with my picker pen, this little behind picker pen, and I put a few of them. Like I wasn't really sure where I was going with it at this point, but all I know was I wanted these little gold flakes on my nails. So I started going down in a straight line, like literally lining them up like geometry, like the little diamonds. And from there, I did the whole nail. So I just fit them in between like puzzle pieces. And then y'all gonna see like the whole nail, it looks so good, y'all. Like the camera does it no justice, but just watch. So as you just saw, I added those silver flakes. It really added a dimension to the color. But I don't know if y'all just saw the time. It was 8:05 p.m. And mind you, when I started the video, my watch said it was like around 5 something. Like I was sitting there for 3 hours at that point. Like I don't know why. It just took me a long time. The acrylic really got me. But now what I'm doing is for the rest of my fingers, I'm putting on that base coat from Beetles. And now I ended up putting a matte top coat on my ring finger, and then I went in with the base coat again to kind of define how I wanted to do the design. So what I ended up doing was putting the gold flakes in the middle and doing like kind of a border with the silver flakes. And then I went from there. So you just saw me go over my ring finger with my black gel polish from Beetles, and I added some silver flakes to kind of define that area so it wouldn't blend in and look too boring. So with that same black gel polish, I took my liner brush and I went over the center of my middle finger. So I'm not gonna lie, y'all, that line is probably crooked. I try my best, but that's okay. So I cured that, and I went in with some base coat to use as my glue, and I added my 2021 numbers. And by the way, before I forget, y'all, I just wanted to say Happy New Year. And 2020 almost kicked our butts, but it didn't. So we're going into 2021 strong, y'all, and keep that momentum going, okay? And so now I'm taking the yellow, and I took some black as well. So I did like an ombre, and I use a makeup sponge, a cheap makeup sponge, to ombre that out. It was a little difficult, I'm not gonna lie, y'all, because the black was so dark and the yellow so bright. But I made it work because I ended up going over with some gold flakes, and I did a glitter ombre. So y'all can go ahead and watch that process, and I'll be right back. Okay, y'all, so to top it all off, I went over my nails with the Shiny Top Coat by Nail Couture. I love this stuff and I definitely prefer it over the Beetles top coat. So go ahead and get y'all some. And after I did that, I cured it in my lamp and wiped it with my lint-free wipe with alcohol. And I'm gonna show you guys the finished look in a little bit. And I actually ended up adding some jump rings to it, as you guys are gonna see. So go ahead and tell me what you think. Comment down below, like, subscribe, and share. And I'll talk to you guys later. Love you.